What is the #1 question that mystifies scientists? #1 question.
Mystifies scientists. Is there life on another planet?
Oh no. Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
It's another bag.
And that confuses people.
This, we're just gonna put into a different bag.
Said, let us have an end to this debate about what makes a good man and be one.
There you go.
You can use that.
Good knowledge.
You can use that. That's the part. That's the part we're editing out of this interview. Boy, right there. All right.
Very
unlike
similar
what?
to this experience.
Unlike what?
That's right. You carry on. You were doing great. You were doing great.
No, you're doing great.
Meghan Markle has ruined your workout regime. Is this true? If so,
Yes, she has. She went to a yoga place, which is my yoga place. But now that she went there, everyone's going to want to go there.
Another big revelation was that Meghan said that she and Harry actually got married 3 days before the royal wedding. Great, now I feel like a fool for waking up at 5 a.m. to watch two married people get married.
I've already settled it for myself, so flattery and criticism go down the same drain, and I'm quite free.
She is an absolute user of the media. She uses every conceivable way to try and play the victim and score points.
The one person who I think has been really happy about all of this is Prince Andrew.
Yeah, boy.
The one person who I think has been really happy about all of this is Prince Andrew. I'm guessing that he has been nudging the royal family. Can you believe what Meghan did, huh? Can you believe it?
Harry says, how do you explain to someone who you've just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
Maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the f***ing queen and you're in the royal family.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
No more following Granny's rules.
You sure about that?
If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that.
Right away, Megs.
Once at a gig, the back was Harry and William, Madonna and Paul McCartney. Not one of them paid.
Trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these.
On The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon didn't just roast Meghan Markle. He ripped her apart, marinated her in mockery, and served her up like a royal disaster for the whole world to laugh at.
I read that Harry and Meghan met on a blind date. Here's how they planned it. Meghan was like, I'll be wearing a blue shirt. And Harry was like, I'll be Prince Harry.
If Meghan thought Netflix dropping her was brutal, just wait until Fallon takes her crumbling brand and shreds it into a comedy monologue for millions to laugh at.
Later in the press conference, a reporter asked Trump about Meghan Markle, and this is what he had to say about her.
I'm not a fan of hers, and she probably has heard that, but I wish a lot of luck to Harry. She's going to need it.
Wow. Who had Meghan Markle on their random Trump insults bingo card? Anyone? If you're keeping track, Meghan Markle's got beef with the Queen of England and the President of the United States.
No wonder she's called the second most hated celebrity on the planet. Even the crowd can't swallow all that fake royal flavor without gagging.
The woman who destroyed her in-laws' family, whose own family doesn't like her, whose the in-laws obviously don't like her, the public doesn't like her, she seems to be one of the more vindictive, sort of nasty figures in public life.
And Fallon wasn't alone. The roast spread like wildfire. Comedians, talk shows, even meme pages are treating Meghan and Harry like the bargain bin punchline everyone gets for free. No matter the stage, the mockery writes itself.
This is a dangerous person. I don't like her.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Everybody who works for her quits. Everybody says she's a bully. She's very nasty. Not only is she incredibly controlling, but she's a bitch about it to everybody who works for her. When things inevitably start spiraling downward, she blames everyone but herself.
But Fallon's bit hit harder because instead of a quick jab, he turned their royal meltdown into a full late-night show. The crowd laughed like they'd been waiting years for payback. And now Meghan might be panicking over her whole media game plan.
Did you guys see this? Meghan Markle announced that her As Ever product line sold out in under an hour. It's strange when you marry a prince and you're the breadwinner of the family. Meghan was excited while Prince Harry was like, what the hell am I going to do with 3,000 cases of wildflower hunt?
Then Fallon and Oliver called out what everyone sees except Meghan and Harry. They still cling to that fake power of yet, a childish fantasy that somehow the world will flip in their favor.
Power of yet. Power of yet.
But Fallon makes it clear that's not the power they deserve. What they need is the power to change, the guts to grow, adapt, and keep up with the world. And stuck repeating the same victim act. No wonder people treat them less like royals and more like a tired rerun.
Because that means the times might be changing around you and you are refusing to evolve. So I don't think they will change because I don't think they have the capacity to, but they obviously should.
When the mockery jumps from pro comedians to online creators, you know the story's spiraling. Influencers started roasting exact scenes from her Love Meghan show, like the one where Mindy Kaling calls her Meghan Markle, and Meghan awkwardly, almost smugly, corrects her with her new name.
My name is Meghan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
They also mocked her constant habit of dropping celebrity names, people who, let's be honest, might not even be real friends.
He and I are such great friends, like besties. Like, I love her. Like, she doesn't know my name, but we're best friends.
And of course, they couldn't resist mocking that infamous scene from her Netflix lifestyle show, where she randomly rebagged snacks for absolutely no reason at all.
Take the snack out of one bag and then move them into another bag and then label this new bag.
But then Chris Rock stepped in at Netflix stage and did what everyone's been waiting for. His breakdown is so revealing you have to see it to believe it. But first we start where the walls began to crack. Chris Rock's Netflix special, where he zeroed in on Meghan's most unbelievable claim on Oprah, that she had no idea about the royal family. Rock didn't just question it, he laughed it straight out of the room.
On Oprah, I didn't know. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. You didn't Google this?
This is the biggest complaint she gets. You didn't Google these mother effers? How do you not Google these people? How do you not know the history of the royal family? And he's gonna lay into them even further.
What the is she talking about? She didn't know. They're the original racists.
The crowd went wild, but Rock wasn't just tossing out a cheap laugh. He was setting a trap. With that fake smile and over-the-top sarcasm, he pretended to agree with Meghan, only to flip it and make her claim look downright absurd.
What the is she talking about? She didn't know. It's the royal family. They're the original racists.
After tearing apart the nonsense in her story, Rock dropped a short, savage analogy that hit like a punch to the face. So clear and brutal that everyone instantly got it.
It's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drink a lot. This motherfucker invested in slavery like it was shark.
With her I didn't know excuse blown to pieces, Rock went straight for her next big complaint. He didn't call it racism, he called it something way smaller, way pettier, and a whole lot less dramatic than she wanted people to believe.
Some of that she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law.
But his hardest hit went straight for their most explosive claim, the royal family's supposed panic over the baby's skin color. With one sharp, almost casual observation, he didn't just question it, he wiped their entire accusation off the table.
I wanted to know how brown the baby's gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Cause even black people wanna know.
The hit was ruthless, and the message couldn't be clearer. Rock was done playing nice, but he was only the opening shot in a full-blown comedy war.
That man loves me so much, and you know, look what we built. We've built a beautiful life, and we have 2 healthy, beautiful children. If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome.
It's so fake.
This can't be real.
Oh, he's such a great partner.
It sucks. Are you joking?
It's bad.
It's terrible.
You suck. You suck.
I feel that.
What? Stop.
All of it is fake.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I don't like it.
Just talking nonsense. It's stupid.
Right, I feel that every day in how supportive he's been. He's also a fox.
You're ugly.
It's weird, right?
I get another lecture from you, I'm gonna go crazy.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
Shut the up. You're a fucking idiot.
But then Samira Gill stepped in and did what everyone's been waiting for. Tearing apart the lies, Megyn keeps spinning while demanding the truth be thrown in front of the public. This wasn't just talk, it was a mic drop moment. 1 second, she was ripping Megyn's polished fairy tale, and the next she was exposing the mask behind the royal victim act.
And not shown to the public. I think that would have a lot of truths in it about Megyn and the bullying allegations, or the revolving door of staff that she churns through, that she's had to sign NDAs. I mean, I don't want to listen to this woman about truth, because the fact of the matter is she's a constant liar. Her whole brand is built on a spin of lies, and I don't trust a word that woman says. So I think that it is very, very low of her to insinuate that we should listen to her truth, or she wishes that other members of the royal family told the truth.
And just when it looks like the roasting is done, Samira Gill jumps back in. This time she takes aim at Megyn's favorite word, authenticity.
What do I authentically, organically want to share? I go back to the authenticity, right? It's what I love and it's what I want to share. I wanted to do what felt authentic, but also to be authentic.
The way Samira shredded Megyn's talent for annoying and draining everyone was brutal in the best way. It's like Megyn turned being unbearable into a career, and Samira Gill showed up just to expose it. Honestly, moments like this prove people are world-class at roasting Megyn's fake reality.
I mean, I've got massive fatigue from the amount of stuff that she's foisting on us. It feels like every other week she's on this sort of unknown person's podcast, or somewhere making a post, or at a concert broadcasting her entire life out. I mean, for someone who yapped about privacy for so long, she's basically got the opposite of it. I mean,
but Samira isn't the only one ripping off the mask. Now it feels like every interviewer is exposing Megyn's true colors piece by piece. You could feel it. This wasn't harmless comedy. This was a public verdict. And if you want to know how their fairy tale crumbled, it comes down to 3 brutal hits.
You made homemade strawberry jam. It's kind of like a doctor when you keep referring to them as doctor and like, call me Susan. You know, like I would never refer to myself as her royal highness.
Is it a bad look for Megyn to still refer to herself as a royal?
No, it's not.
There you are.
Because,
wake me up when you're done.
Thank you.
Sure, most comedians were just chasing laughs, but one wasn't. Bill Maher came swinging with something deeper, a reality check disguised as humor.
What do you think of them?
This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on.
That is so beautiful.
No.
They're ridiculous.
She never stops whining.
Meghan Markle Googled, is the race car an actual car?
I always think about it like the end of Super Mario Brothers. Slay the dragon, save the princess. I'm like, that's my husband.
Your voice is driving me crazy and I'm about to jump over there and put my fists down your throat.
I think the woke have been asleep.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
You're complaining about your hard life and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous.
And next up is Kinsey Schofield, a sharp commentator who nails the gap between the image Megyn sells to the media and the ugly truth beneath. A gap so wide it flips the whole story.
This is a joke, and I'm tired of some of these media outlets continuing to elevate this person when the reality is she's a grifter. Fake it till you make it. We don't accept that anymore. We want authenticity.
And she didn't stop there. She went full roast mode, saying Megyn's very presence proves how badly she blew an opportunity that should have gone to someone worthy. Let's be real. Marrying into royalty gave her access most people only dream of. Yet instead of making it matter, she managed to wreck it completely. While hardworking people still can't get a chance like that. Now that's unfair.
What a missed opportunity. What a waste of oxygen. What a waste of our time, if I'm being quite honest with you. How many people are going to give this woman a do-over? I've never seen somebody fail up as much as I've seen Meghan Markle fail up. And there is just little to no effort. Everything she does is just...
What Kinsey exposed was also called out by others like Megyn Kelly, who hit it dead on. Megyn has nothing she truly earned on her own. Everything she flaunts comes from the royal title she pretends she walked away from. And Kelly dropped that truth in the most savage, roasted way possible.
Meghan Markle, the only thing she found was a rich, famous husband. If that's what constitutes being a founder, then sure, Meghan Markle's a founder. She found a mansion in Montecito to live in. She found a sit-down interview with Oprah to bash and shank her in-laws and accuse them of racism. But founding, putting your name on some cheap jellies, jams, and dog biscuits, I don't know, sounds like a fall from grace for me.
Soon, it felt like every satirist on earth was lining up to take a swing. The attacks came from everywhere, and the first wave British satire went straight for the jugular, ripping apart their shiny new American dream.
I'm here to tell my truth.
and make a ton of money out of podcasting, as I don't have any discernible talent.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. Wow.
It is interesting how she's exposing her as a yacht girl, someone who was paid off by rich men to go and hang out.
As author Kirby Summers suggested, that the then Meghan Markle likely spent time with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before she even met Prince Harry.
Listen, I brought Meghan Markle, whatever her name is, to my Deal or No Deal celebrity golf tournament. She was one of my Deal or No Deal girls that were, she was a caddy for all of my celebrities.
You know, Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. How are you?
That smile's a little bit over the top. And that single shoulder shrug she has, that usually indicates that person isn't very confident with their answer or their statement.
The British puppet show didn't hold back. It turned Harry into a perfect caricature of pure laziness. A clueless prince completely disconnected from the real world.
Harry, you're such a moderate achiever. How do you stay at the top of the middle of your game?
An early start's important, so my butler Perkins gets up at 5 a.m. and does a 10K for...
The show mocked him as still clinging to the royal status he swore he'd walked away from, proving he never really let it go.
Then when he gets in, he wakes me up and Googles to see if I'm still 5th in line to the throne.
5th in line?
Yeah, Kate and Will's have any more kids. I'll move down another notch.
They tore into their huge Netflix deal, calling it nothing more than a greedy cash grab dressed up as a noble project.
But about television, do you have a Netflix account?
Yeah, it's got about $9 million in it.
Marmalado.
And of course, they roasted their blatant hypocrisy begging for privacy, while shoving themselves into every camera they could find.
California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi. Woo! But not too far.
While British satire ripped into their new life, American late-night shows had been clowning them for years. Saturday Night Live, for example, kept a recurring sketch of the two princes. That always kicked off by mocking their painfully awkward, almost cringe-worthy relationship.
Michael, we like to apologize. Unfortunately, William's hair was unable to make it this evening.
The skits always painted Harry as the clueless, slower brother, the one who could never quite keep up with the rest.
How was the Quidditch match, Ron Beasley?
Who's Ron Beasley?
The redhead one.
It's Ron Weasley.
Oh, I don't. Who cares?
Everyone cares.
Nobody knows
Harry
that.
Potter makes up half of England's economy, man.
And it always ended the same. Harry taking a cheap shot at William actually getting mad, and Harry scrambling to backpedal and smooth things over before it blew up.
Come on, just shave it, Will.
Okay, just shut up about the hair.
What hair? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I made him mad. I love it.
The show kept a running joke that Meghan's big Suits career was nothing special, basically hinting nobody really cared.
My brother's fiancée, Miss Meghan Markle, is on the American program Suits.
Yes.
The only difference between that show and this is people watch this.
They even joked that Suits was so dull it could replace sleeping pills.
Whenever the kids are being fussy and not going to bed, she puts on an episode of Suits and they're out. So, what are you doing? Ow! Stop!
This turned into a go-to joke on late night TV, with hosts like Colin Jost openly mocking how fast their value and relevance was crashing.
Trade deal with the UK that will reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two. NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant. Build electric cars, he's going to Mars. Why isn't he even involving himself with Twitter? It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
And the roast hit another level when Stephen Colbert, host of The Late Show, jumped in, mocking how the Duchess acted like she had no clue what she signed up for. Yeah, just like she didn't know she had to bow to the Queen. Next, she'll claim she didn't know royals actually live in castles.
Marrying the monarchy, what did you think it was going to be like?
Well, I didn't do any research about what that would mean.
Research?
No. I've never looked up my husband online.
What? Then came Stephen Colbert's reality check. Brutal, funny, and straight to the point. It crushed Meghan's fake I had no idea act, showing her royal cluelessness wasn't innocent at all. It was pure comedy gold.
Let me introduce this thing called Google, okay? Over there, I think it's called Lori. It's full of useful information. For instance, turns out your husband knew Princess Di. That might have been a hint that this was going to be a rough gig.
And hold up, that wasn't even the end. Colbert went further, handing Megyn a homework list of royals to Google. Yes, even including her own husband, just so she could finally understand what she had actually signed up for from the start.
Also, while you're Googling, you might want to try the combo Andrew, Island, and Epstein.
And there you have it. Colbert tore her apart, roasting her to the bone. That's what happens when you run your mouth without homework. You get scorched. Her fake, authentic act didn't just flop. It came with the fire truck sirens blasting on it.
Oh, and if you don't Google things, you're the only person I can show this to. It's a cat who plays the electric piano. You had to be there. In 2007.
But the mockery got downright weird after Harry and Meghan quit royal life. Madame Tussauds in London yanked their wax figures from the royal family display, and Conan O'Brien ran a whole bit imagining ridiculous places they might have ended up.
I was curious what they did with Harry and Meghan's wax figures, so I found a museum employee who's temporarily storing them.
He brought on a museum employee character who was disturbingly obsessed with the wax figures, creepy enough to make the audience laugh and squirm at the same time.
Oliver, you have generously offered to keep the wax figures of Harry and Meghan safe.
Yeah, that's correct. And if I may, I would just like to say that I'm definitely not using the wax figures for sex.
The skit wrapped with a punchline so weird and uncomfortable, it left the audience laughing and cringing at the same time.
They are in a loving home, and I treat them better than the museum ever did. They didn't appreciate Meghan's soft hands or Harry's supple lips.
And if you thought that was peak comedy, buckle up, because now Ryan Reynolds and Conan O'Brien jump in on Meghan's jam. Yes, the Deadpool King and the late-night chaos master took a whiff of her royal fruit spread. Spoiler alert, it's not organic luxury. It's a PR smoothie with a big scoop of delusion.
Oh, I really am a middleman for jars of jam. And tiny yogurts.
What? He works for Meghan Markle.
Yes.
Really tiny jams, harvestable jams.
Yes, exactly.
Made from the oils of Montecito.
If Jimbo Reynolds wasn't dead, I would say he is Meghan Markle. Adjacent.
The mockery had flooded every corner of entertainment puppets. Late night hosts, influencers, you name it. But those TV-friendly digs were nothing compared to the stand-up stage. Comedians like Simon Brodkin didn't just tease, they went for the jugular, saying the couple's own Netflix documentary was what made him fully turn against them.
I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. But now I've actually heard their side of the story, I hate them.
For him, it was the tiny, smug details that pushed him over the edge like their cringe. Corporate-style nicknames that felt painfully fake and nowhere near genuine.
Making interesting points about racism and misogyny. Then they start calling each other H&M, and I just thought, oh, dude. Off.
He couldn't believe how they spun totally normal royal traditions like a simple curtsy into some overblown, traumatic event, as if they'd survived a war.
Harry says, how do you explain to someone who just started dating that they have to curtsy to your own grandmother?
How do you explain that you bow to your grandmother and that you will need to curtsy, especially to an American? Like, that's weird.
Maybe just tell her that your grandmother is the queen and you're in the royal family.
But Brodkin didn't just rip on their whining, he went for the jugular, targeting the very foundation of their marriage and saying out loud the ultimate taboo thought everyone else was only whispering.
Don't know how to break this to you, H. But if you weren't in the royal family, M wouldn't be with you.
And Harry's own cringeworthy wording in his book handed comedians like Brodkin even more ammo, making him come across as out of touch, awkward, and just plain silly.
Describing this one date with Meghan as the night, let me quote you here, me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
But for Brodkin and plenty of others, the breaking point was hearing multimillionaires whining about paying for their own security. That single complaint wiped out whatever sympathy they had left.
Blaming that to pay for their own security. They were not happy about that. Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things after 6 episodes. I wanted to attack.
The stand-up world had delivered the raw, emotional beatdown, but the cold, calculated takedown from Bill Maher was still waiting. First, the final act of public humiliation had to unfold, and the cartoonists were ready to finish the job. And when it comes to savage cartoon mockery, nothing tops South Park. They devoted a whole episode, the Worldwide Privacy Tour, to tearing them apart. Kicking off by roasting Harry's memoir and his whiny claims about having a hard life.
And I don't think it's being mean.
he's not being mean. Like, she should be able to laugh at this. But given how we saw her reaction to South Park, I don't know how she's gonna be able to do that. Now,
So let me start with you, sir. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, Where?
The cartoon interviewer then called out Megyn, grilling her on how she chases the same fame she loudly pretends to hate.
Just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines?
The show paints the prince as totally blind to the hypocrisy, rushing to defend his Instagram-obsessed wife, and only making himself look even more ridiculous.
What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy.
It all builds to the episode's most savage and unforgettable moment. The couple zooming around the world on a private jet, screaming for privacy through megaphones, a scene that nailed exactly how the public sees them.
The hell with Canada! We are leaving! We'll go find some quiet place where we can be normal people! Come on, wife! We want privacy! We want privacy!
The punchline to their whole privacy tour lands when they finally settle in a perfectly normal, quiet home, only to look baffled, proving it was never privacy they wanted at all, but nonstop attention.
Look at this town. There's just something about it. Oh, darling, I think this might be the place. It's so quiet and empty here. If we moved here, then people would think we're really serious about wanting to be
While South Park gave their hypocrisy a full storyline.
Okay, I see. And then you added your husband to your friends and family account. You must be the royal prince, millionaire, world traveler victim.
Shows like Family Guy went for quick, savage drive-by shots.
That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
To them, the Sussexes had become the ultimate symbol of cashing in, whether it was Netflix millions or cringeworthy sponsored posts for doing absolutely nothing.
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of
The joke cuts even deeper when the show imagines Harry himself starting to regret walking away from all the made-up nonsense.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I shouldn't have left the made-up nonsense.
The real sting of becoming a cartoon is when the joke version starts to feel like the truth. But as savage as these animated hits were, they were just echoing the source material.
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
Let me grab this part.
Fuck. Ooh, sorry, that's all he says.
Stop! And just when you think the fire's cooling off, Sharon Osbourne walks onto Piers Morgan's set and drops the tea. She basically gift-wrapped the truth Meghan and Harry keep dodging. And trust me, once you hear it, you'll see why this royal truth is the only thing still keeping their spotlight alive.
The way they act, everything has been, abused by the public, by the press, by the royal family. So much in love. Move on. Get a life. Move on. And they just can't seem to, because their living is by telling their truth on the royal family. That's how they make their living.
And that finally brings us to Bill Maher's verdict. What made his take stand out is that he wasn't just chasing laughs. He was handing down a cold, philosophical judgment. He skipped the petty mistakes and went straight for the core problem. In their whole public image, their shameless, hypocritical desire to have it both ways.
They're ridiculous after that. They want it both ways. You can't be, these people were so mean to us, poor us, and we don't want all this attention, and then let me write a book about how much we don't want it.
Oh my gosh, look at all these photos about last night. ... Thank you, Beyonce and team, for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love. Girl, she didn't invite you to the concert.
She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibility. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara, she doesn't want the public service.
He then slammed their nonstop whining by comparing it to the quiet strengths of the one person who actually knew the weight of royal life, the late Queen Elizabeth.
Just fragile. Just take a hint from the Queen, the recently departed.
Never complain, never explain, and rarely be heard speaking in public.
For Maher, this was the ultimate disconnect watching insanely privileged people beg for sympathy over a life most could only dream of living.
You're complaining about your hard life and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous, I totally.
And finally, he nailed what might be the most irritating part of their whole act. the smug demand that the entire world go along with their personal drama and fragile worldview.
And I will not bend the knee and just go along with the nonsense. That's what's so annoying about them. The most of all, they insist that you go along with their nonsense and their insanity and their fragility.
And for the grand finale, Jimmy Fallon takes the stage. This time to torch Meghan's so-called cooking show skills. His face said it all, like he'd been served her special dish. A plate of self-praise, overcooked drama, and zero flavor. Exactly what Netflix rankings proved and what most viewers tasted too.
Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
There's another bag.
And that confuses people.
They don't know why.
Okay, understood.
Ready?
Understood.
At the end of the day, Jimmy Fallon didn't just roast Meghan. He slammed the truth down on a silver platter for everyone to see.
Oprah's bombshell interview with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Oprah started it off like, "What's going on?" Then Meghan cut right to the chase. She was like, "We'll never be royal." So she and Harry packed their bags and told the royal family, bye, bye, bye. Fortunately, Tyler Perry gave the couple a place to live. He was like, "Oh, won't you stay with me?" And honestly, after all the drama, cringe, and self-importance, that's the bitter taste everyone was waiting to see served.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so inauthentic. This is why she was never going to be more than a D-list actress on a basic cable show. She can't. The one thing she is dying to sell to us is relatability. The one thing she is dying for more than anything is for us to love her and want to be like her. And she can't get it across.
And it's not just Jimmy Fallon. Every late night host who even brushed the Meghan and Harry circus jumped in, serving some of the harshest, funniest roasts you could picture. From quick jabs to brutal burns, they showed why. Meghan and Harry are the easiest punchlines in comedy. If you enjoyed this roast, hit like, smash subscribe, and drop a comment with the burn that made you laugh the hardest. Stick around for more savage takes on royal chaos, celebrity breakdowns, and all the wild moments blowing up the headlines coming up next on this channel.